"Put your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee" was the refrain of a popular gospel song some years back. Putting your hand in somebody else's is a gesture of intimacy, which is very characteristic children with their parents. To a loving father or mother, a child will give its hand unquestioningly, with complete trust. Holding his or her father's hand, there is nowhere the child will not venture. It is not only willing to be led, but positively wants to be brought somewhere. Somewhere in that growing up presence or up process, we outgrow our dependency on our parents, and having lost the need for guidance, even God can become remote for us. Only those who are children at heart can fully understand what Jesus tells us about God, that God reveals himself to mere children. Growing up means ceasing to be dependent. We exchange a child's dependence on people for an adult's dependence on things like money, alcohol, success, and influence. But these props are notoriously fickle, and the adult world is often plagued by stress and anxiety. Our props may provide temporary relief, but can still leave us, as Jesus puts it, laboring and burdened, laboring under illusions of grandeur and burdened with unrealistic targets. The heaviest load we have to carry is that of our own unfulfilled ambitions, the burden of our bruised ego. Only a return to humility can restore our lost innocence and our lost paradise. That honest humility that accepts our creature status, our status as children before God. To enjoy the peace of Christ, we must put our hand in the hand of the man from Galilee, who guides us along life's journey and helps us to find the way home. Jesus invites all of us to come to him, to enter into a relationship with him, and to follow him in discipleship. It is his yoke to which he calls. It is he who gives rest. The fact that Jesus' yoke is easy and his burden is light must not be misunderstood to mean that discipleship and righteousness to which Jesus is easy and undemanding. Discipleship demands nothing less than life commitment and a total denial of self. This is what Paul means when he tells the Romans that they must not live unspiritual lives, but show that they belong to Christ and are his disciples, but choosing the spiritual over the unspiritual. Because Jesus brings the new era of grace and salvation through his intimate relationship with his Father, he is both qualified and able to reveal him as unconditional love and mercy. While yoke signifies obedience, it could also, if misunderstood, become a burden that is too heavy to carry. In Jesus' understanding, the experience of serving God is not a burden and does not cause fatigue. On the contrary, since the yoke is easy and the burden is light, it leads only to joy. Thus, his yoke is not just a yoke from him, but also a yoke with him. That I may learn to follow Christ faithfully in my life, let's pray for this grace for one another.